From rage quits to pure exhaustion, these NASCAR moments prove even the toughest drivers sometimes walk away. Quitting in NASCAR is rare, but these unforgettable moments show when tempers, confusion, and exhaustion changed everything mid-race.
Here's one for the, you won't believe this, the 5 car is back on track. After being involved in that crash, the driver is Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Kyle Busch leaves Texas. Dale Jr. replaces him, 2007. And here's where it gets wild. It was 2007, and Kyle Busch found himself in one of those nightmare scenarios every driver dreads. Early in the race, he got caught in a nasty crash. The team hustled, fixed the car, patched it up, ready to send him back out. But here's the kicker. Kyle Busch was already gone. He'd hopped on a plane and was out of Texas before anyone even knew. Hendrick Motorsports, in a pinch, needed someone to get behind the wheel. Who did they call? None other than Dale Earnhardt Jr. Yep, the irony. Just a year later, Dale Jr. would officially join Hendrick. But in that moment, he was stepping in cold, no prep, just trying to get the car running.
I couldn't even hardly steer it back to the garage area. Got it back and couldn't turn it into my own garage stall. So I went ahead and, came over the radio, told everybody I think this, loaded up, this thing's done. And didn't hear a, confrontation from that. So I just figured they were just going to work on it, load it up. But, I was in a great deal of discomfort. Felt like I got pretty much beat up from 2 pretty heavy crashes over the weekend. So I was changing my clothes. Nobody came in and discussed anything with me. So I just went back to my motorhome and loaded up and headed to the airport.
The pain, the confusion, the sheer improvisation, it all painted this surreal picture of NASCAR chaos. Fans watching had no idea how strange the behind-the-scenes drama really was. It's one of those stories that makes you realize just how unpredictable racing can be. One moment you're on the track, the next, your car's being driven by someone else, and you're thousands of miles away. What would you do if you were in Kyle's shoes? Kyle Busch rage quit and NASCAR penalty. But wait, it's about to get way more shocking. Kyle Busch had another unforgettable moment later, but this time it was pure anger. After a wreck, he didn't slowly drive to the garage like most drivers. No, he barreled in, ran over cones, almost clipped crew members, and stormed straight to the hauler. You could practically hear the frustration pouring out of every wheel spin and every slam of the door. NASCAR didn't take it lightly. Busch got a points penalty and a hefty fine. And honestly, fans were split. Some thought he went too far. Others just shrugged and laughed at the intensity. This wasn't a simple, I'm done for the day situation. It was a full-blown, adrenaline-fueled meltdown. Commentators at the time were talking about the playoff pressure, the must-win situations, and how racing in that environment can push anyone over the edge. 1 minute you're calculating lines and speed, the next, a single wreck can ignite rage that no driver should have to bottle up. It's raw, it's chaotic, and it's a reminder that these athletes aren't just racers. They're humans with tempers, egos, and emotions as high-octane as their cars. Have you ever seen anything like this in sports before? It's wild to think that a single incident could cost points, money, and still be oddly entertaining for fans. Tony Stewart parks it at Richmond. And here's a moment that's pure Tony Stewart energy. One night at Richmond, Stewart was just done. He didn't sugarcoat it. He admitted, "I basically wasn't having fun out there. I sucked." You could feel the frustration dripping from that statement. The car wasn't responding. The mid-pack chaos was relentless, and Stewart knew pushing it further could end in disaster. So, what did he do? He parked it, right there, pulled off, walked away, and spared the car from unnecessary damage. No drama, just brutal honesty and action.
Just running around a bunch of hacks out there. It's not worth destroying Delana and Kevin's car. I mean, the guys out there, you got guys like David Green, who's won Busch championships, and I like him. I like Ashton Lewis. He ran over us once, so I give him the same business, and that's why we spun. I did it to myself. I was the cause of that problem, but just getting tired of getting run into by a bunch of guys that really don't know what they're doing. So it's just Richmond. They're all out there fighting for spots just like we are. They got every right to race hard. So just not a fun night. I mean, when your car's not driving good anyway, and then you're racing with guys in the mid pack or back of the pack like that, it makes for an ill night. And I just said, before we destroy this thing, I'm just going to park it.
It's one of those moments where you see a top-tier driver saying, "Enough, I'm not wasting time, energy, or my team's car on this tonight." Fans watching probably gasped. Some laughed, but everyone understood. It was Stewart being Stewart. No filters, no excuses, just raw reality. It's fascinating because it shows even champions have limits. Even the best will step back when the fun is gone and the risk outweighs the reward. What would you have done if you were behind that wheel? Bubba Wallace, iRacing rage quit, COVID era. And just when you thought racing drama was limited to the track, during the COVID era, NASCAR went virtual. But even in iRacing, tempers flared. Bubba Wallace, stuck in a live-streamed virtual race, hit his breaking point and rage quit. The surprising part? This wasn't just a harmless video game incident. His real-life sponsor, watching closely, didn't find it funny. They dropped him. Suddenly, a virtual meltdown had real-world consequences. It's wild to think about. In a time when the sport was on pause, the stakes still felt high. Fans watching at home got a mix of humor and shock, but behind the scenes, it mattered. Contracts, sponsorships, and reputations were all on the line, proving that even a digital race carries weight in NASCAR. This moment became a reminder. No matter how unconventional the circumstances, the pressures on drivers never truly disappear. And yes, even a video game can end a career moment if emotions boil over. Kyle Busch exits under red flag due to heat. And here's a moment that's all about pure exhaustion. It was a scorching day, 116 degrees on the track, no airflow inside the car, nothing to cool the driver. Kyle Busch was 3 laps down, stuck under a red flag, and the heat was brutal. At that point, he just said, "Enough." He pulled into the garage, climbed out, and made it clear. He was done. There wasn't anger this time, just pure apathy. No fist pumps, no yelling, just a driver saying, "I just don't care anymore." The crowd watched, confused, some probably shaking their heads, others laughing at the sheer honesty of it all. It's a reminder that racing isn't just about speed. It's grueling, exhausting, and sometimes the heat wins. It's moments like these that humanize the sport. Even elite drivers have limits, and sometimes walking away is the only option. Have you ever felt that kind of exhaustion where nothing else matters? Kyle Busch versus Ron Hornaday Jr., 2011 Truck Series. And now, this one gets intense. In the 2011 Truck Series, Ron Hornaday Jr. was in championship contention. Kyle Busch got bumped into the wall by Hornaday, and something inside him snapped. Instead of letting it slide, Busch decided to take matters into his own hands. Under caution, he intentionally wrecked Hornaday. The impact was massive. Both trucks were destroyed, championship hopes dashed, and the crowd went wild. You could feel the tension on the track. This wasn't a minor bump or a racing incident. This was raw emotion, retaliation, and consequences all rolled into one explosive moment. NASCAR penalties followed, but fans still debated whether Busch's move was justified or reckless. It's one of those stories that lives forever in NASCAR lore. Tempers flare, stakes are high, and sometimes drivers make decisions in the heat of the moment that nobody forgets. What would you have done in Busch's shoes? Mark Martin thinks the race is over, Bristol. And here's one that's just pure disbelief. Mark Martin was dominating at Bristol, lap after lap. But in the chaos of the final stretch, he thought the race was over. He pulled into pit road, window net down, and saluted the fans as he had won. The problem? There was still 1 lap to go. By the time he realized it, the win and a strong finish were gone. The post-race reaction was raw and human. Martin admitted, "I thought the race was over. I've never been that stupid." Fans watching live couldn't believe it. Some laughed, some groaned. But everyone understood the emotion. It's a perfect reminder that even the best, most experienced drivers can make mistakes under pressure. Sometimes racing isn't just about speed or skill, it's about timing, focus, and a little bit of luck. That night at Bristol, luck wasn't on Martin's side. Kevin Harvick, exhaustion and relief driver. And here's a throwback to the old school grind. Kevin Harvick had just finished a Busch Series race one day, then came back the very next day for the 500-mile Cup race at Bristol. You can imagine the toll on his body. By the midpoint of the race, Harvick's arm was going numb, fatigue was setting in, and he simply couldn't keep pushing. Enter Kyle Petty. The team needed a relief driver, and Petty, roughly the same size, slid into the cockpit. Harvick climbed out, exhausted, giving up the wheel mid-race, something you rarely see today. The crowd reacted like it was a historic moment, cheering both the relief and the sheer spectacle of it. It's a glimpse back at how physically grueling NASCAR can be. These drivers aren't just athletes, they're endurance machines, pushing limits every lap, and sometimes even the best need a teammate to carry the load. Have you ever seen a switch like this happen live? It's unforgettable. Josh Williams parks it on the front stretch. And then there's this absolute classic. Josh Williams was told by NASCAR to park his car, but instead of quietly doing it in the garage, he pulled it right onto the front stretch at Atlanta in full view of the crowd, hopped out, and just walked away. Fans were stunned, some cheering, some laughing, half disbelief, half pure entertainment. NASCAR didn't love it. Williams was penalized, sure, but the moment instantly became iconic. It captured everything raw about racing: frustration, defiance, and that I don't care energy that can only come from someone who's reached the edge. In a sport measured in milliseconds, sometimes it's the dramatic gestures that stick in memory the longest. Moments like this are why fans keep coming back. It's chaotic, unpredictable, and perfectly human. What would you have done if you were out there, engines roaring and adrenaline hitting every nerve? Even when drivers don't quit, NASCAR chaos never stops. Brad Keselowski, flipping mid-race, reminded everyone that sometimes the sport forces drivers out, no matter skill or patience. 1 second everything's normal, the next, cars flying, debris everywhere. It's the kind of unpredictability that keeps fans on the edge of their seats, every lap. Quitting in NASCAR isn't normal, which is exactly why these moments stand out. Anger, exhaustion, confusion, or pure defiance, each driver reminded fans that racing isn't just speed. It's emotion, pressure, and knowing when enough is enough. So what's your take on these wild exits? Drop it in the comments.